Hello, and welcome back. In the last episode, we had arrived at Warrawena and settled into the shearers' quarters. We woke to a clear, crisp sunrise and a delicious breakfast of bacon and eggs. We came to Warrawena because we wanted to ride their private tracks, or public access routes, as they're known. You need to pay a small fee for the privilege, but it's totally worth it. I spoke to Ian, the manager of Warrawena, about what tracks to take to Mt Gill. He told me that this is the loop to take, but I was curious about the other tracks I could see on the map. We had a conversation about our experience and skill level. I explained that we all race hard enduro and could handle ourselves, so he gave me instructions for a bigger loop. I may have exaggerated slightly on some of our skill levels. Ian gave us instructions that would see us peel off from the normal loop and follow the fence line down to the bottom of the property. Here we would find an old shepherd's hut and the start of our real adventure. He told us of a secret track that would take us to another ridgeline. This ridgeline would lead us down through creeks and eventually back onto the Mt Gill loop. The problem with this track is, even Ian hadn't ridden or driven on it. It had been unused for many years and he was unsure if we could even get through. If we could get through, it would create a much bigger and more challenging loop. It was an easy decision. We had come here for adventure, so we chose the unknown. Before we set off, we had some mechanical adjustments to do. Shane wanted to adjust his handlebar position, move his bars a little higher and a little further forward. I was assuming Shane knew what he was doing. I left him alone to work on his bike. That was when Matt suggested he may not be the best mechanic. I decided to check over his work. So, Shane thinks he's finished. We're just doing a little bit of a check. Yep, that'll be fine. Once Shane's bike was back together, it was time for the riders' briefing.
Okay, we're going to head out to do the Mt Gill loop. I'm going to lead. There's no guarantee I'll get it right, but I'm going to lead us out this way and onto the first couple of tracks. Alex is going to go sweep. Spread out if there's dust. Don't get caught in anyone's dust because there's going to be dry creek beds and rocks and everything like that. If you want to see something and take a photo, video, whatever, just do it. There's no rush. This is our holiday. Let's enjoy it, okay? So I'm lead, Alex is sweep, mix it up in the middle and we're good to go.
I led us off, following some station tracks, the boys eagerly following. We followed these trails down through some dry creek beds and along through the flat valley until we came to our first signpost. When I say signpost, I actually mean a bathtub. The instructions were, turn right at the bathtub and you'll be fine. The mountains were now starting to come in view and we were getting excited. I had taken a wrong turn into a dry creek bed and wondered if anyone had followed me. And that's when the trouble started. I tried to quickly lift my bike up before anyone noticed, but it was too late.
Out.
Oh, what's going on here?
Everyone's down.
Shane, what are you doing? How did you end up there?
Matt, your strap's loose.
First a minute. Oh,
Beep!
that means my toolkit's back there somewhere.
So what happened there? We took a early turn and followed this dry riverbed and we could see the track over there, and as we went to pull out, I dropped it here, someone else dropped it here, someone else dropped it up there. The ground is just so loose and rocky that your wheel just bites into it, chews it away and steps sideways and goes down. So I think we've acclimatized to the conditions now, hopefully. Scott's just acclimatizing to the weather. And Matt's lost his toolkit off the back, so we're going to send him back, find the toolkit. But here we are in the middle of the Flinders. Don't know if you can see that track up there. That's where we're going, and we're going to a hill, a mountain, somewhere that way. So it's time for a good breather and a regroup while Matt goes and finds his toolkit.
There were many dry riverbeds to cross on this trail. Nearly all of them had raised ridges and gutters running down them. We quickly learnt to treat them with respect. The flatlands had started to disappear. We were now riding in the rolling hills. Even here, you couldn't help but stop and look around, just to take it all in. I had sent the boys off first, so I could do some filming. I didn't think they could get lost, but in their excitement to get into the mountains, they had missed a turn and were drawn to a track heading up into the hills. The track led to a dead end, but that gave us a chance to regroup and focus on finding the old shepherd's hut. I sent the boys out in front again, hoping that they could stick to the track. They had done it. They had found the old shepherd's hut.
Up against the fence trying to get through. I think you poor buggers, I didn't break them there. You see
Tell us about this hut, Sean.
So this is Dunbar Hut, and it was actually the place we were looking for because it's a spot on the map that we know where it is, and we have to go back a kilometre, look for a track that goes up the hill, which I think might be that one you started, Scott. We have to bush bash and link that with another one up on a ridge. So fingers crossed we can do that.
Look forward to that.
We set off in search of this secret track, the one that would lead us up onto the unknown ridge and into adventure. Surprisingly, we found it. It was a little too easy, so I wondered what this unknown ridge would have in store. The track leading up onto the ridge was steep in sections and rough. I wondered how the boys on the bigger bikes would go. I wondered how Shane would go. Shane on his Yamaha T7 was our least experienced rider. I knew this would test him, and I had some concerns on the steep and loose sections. I shouldn't have been worried, as Shane conquered the section and gained valuable experience and confidence on the climb up. The next section was steeper, rougher, and much looser. That new confidence and experience that Shane got was soon put to the test.
Oh, should have kept on going. Oh, fucking hell. Whoosh. Holy fucking hell.
How was that, Shane?
Oh, fuck. I had to stop halfway and go catch my breath and psych myself up. up here. Oh, fucking hell.
This ridge wasn't done with us yet. What we thought was the top was actually just the middle ground, and we still had some climbing to do, much to Shane's disgust. In the end, Shane and the others all conquered this hill, and we were able to push on to the actual top of the first ridge.
We've just come, where is it? There's a hut down there. We've come through here, up this spur. Now we're on the ridge line. We have to keep going up this way, up there. Mt Gill's a few mountaintops away. This track is a bit of an unknown, so we'll see what happens.
The track was now leading us through forests, into valleys and along creek beds. We were really starting to enjoy this lesser used track. A shady, dry riverbed provided the perfect spot to stop and have our lunch. It was then time to push on, and I took the lead, trying to navigate through dry riverbeds. At times, it was hard. We were in the riverbed and we didn't know whether to follow it or look for a way out. Sometimes the creek beds were smooth and you could get up a good pace. At other times, they were quite rough and winding, and it paid to go slow and pick your way through carefully. This was one of those times where we had to climb out of the creek bed and back onto the track. For some, it was easy. For others, well, it was a little bit harder.
No, I'm right. Woo! Just like being on the 250, isn't it?
We're in this dry riverbed trying to find the track. Hopefully it's this way. Could this be it? There it is. Well, I've got to try to leave some marks for the others to find it. So hard to navigate when you're in those dry creek beds. The tracks were made who knows how long ago, and after every rain it floods and just fills up fills up the exits, it's hard to see. Oh, this must be the main intersection. Cockatoo Dunbar, we've made it. Alright, I'm really happy with that. Oh, we've just come from Dunbar. Oh. My GPS is still on. So yeah, we've just done the Dunbar Spur, which we had to get permission to do. It was really good, but navigation was hard. The tracks haven't been used. Even Ian, the station manager here, he hasn't done them yet. So it was quite an effort to get through, but I'm actually pretty proud that we've made it. Well, I've made it. Hopefully the other guys have made it. They've been pretty good at following. There's just a couple of bits where you have to keep your eyes open coming out of those dry creek beds. So I think I can hear a bike in the distance. Fingers crossed they're going to make it. Cockatoo Hut. Here we are at Cockatoo Hut. It's a proper shepherd's hut from 100 years ago. Still here. It's the rest of the boys.
We were now back on the original Mt Gill loop, and I was happy to know where we were and heading for Mt Gill.
I think I should be up there. Matt, we're ready to make our ascent on Mt Gill.
We are.
I think we've done all the hard yards. The next bit looks pretty cruisy.
Well, I'm not sure if I've got enough fuel, but we'll see.
Okay, hopefully we'll see you at the top.
We will. We can dive on the mighty 990.
Yeah. Our mobile fuel tanker. Still going up. As you can see, it's quite rocky on the climbs. You good, Joan?
I don't know why, she just died.
So I probably just stalled it.
No, it just slowly but surely just conked out.
Alright.
So I'm not sure whether I'm out of fuel or...
Good luck. Nice and steady. It's done good to get going. Start off on this loose gravel. No, gravel, it's rocks. That's how I go. Oh yeah. You okay? Don't know if you can see, there's a rider on that peak way up there. Must be Mt Gill. How cool is that? How good is the Flinders Ranges? My God, it's a top ride. Turn that off.
From a distance, these flowing twin tracks over the ridges looked nice and smooth, but in reality they were covered in rocks, rock shelves, boulders, bumps and lumps. It was actually hard work just making it over.
Shane's doing so good. Keep going. Oh, Shane. How good is it?
Oh, God. I think I had
Yeah.
because I had it pulled right on and I was getting nothing.
Ah.
So, yeah.
All right, see if you can make the next hill. I think that's Mt Gill way in the distance. Hopefully Shane can make it. It's getting low on fuel. Might have to rely on Dave, the super tanker.
We didn't know it at the time, but Shane's throttle grip was actually slipping on the throttle, so as he wound it on, it slid back. He was struggling in these conditions, but like a trooper, he pushed on.
You can see the boys over there, heading to Mt Gill. Shane and I are just cruising along. Oh, you just got to stop and take it in. How good is it? Oh, in the distance there you can see where we're staying, Warrawena. That's what I said this morning when I pointed this way. This is the mountain we're going up, and here we are. That's so cool. All right, I'll let Shane get a little bit further ahead. I can see the boys just in the distance, about to make the final climb. I can see someone up top. Don't know if you can see it on the camera. There's two little specks heading up that last trail. So cool. What a magic day. What a magic place. Flinders Ranges. If you get the opportunity, come and check it out. Get onto one of these private access routes. Spend the money. It costs money to come and ride them, but truly magic. You can't get this anywhere else. It's on private property. Support the station owners. Stay at their station. Enjoy the whole Flinders experience. How good does this go?
That was a long run.
Hey. This is it. We've made it, boys. Mt Gill. Congratulations to everyone.
This is awesome.
We're nearly, give or take a couple of meters, let's call it 1,000 meters up. This is awesome. How good are those climbs?
Oh, so good.
Oh, yeah.
Go and do it a couple more times.
Yeah. And no one's run out of fuel yet.
Not yet.
And it's downhill the whole way back. You'll be fine, Matt.
normally when if I do a panoramic shot, I'll start at the worst and have the best shot in the middle.
Yeah.
Where's the best shot? It's just
It's the one with me in it. This is the view from the top of Mt Gill. Just amazing. That's Mt Gill there. Homestead's just down here, way over there. The boys have headed off this way. We're going to continue this way, head a little bit further and take another track round that way and loop back into the station. Such an amazing place. So we start our descent. The boys are going down that ridge line. We say goodbye to Mt Gill and we look for some nice flowing, easier trails to take us home this afternoon. Rough patches. I'm waiting here. Wanted to get a shot of the boys going up the ridge, but when I look down, there's some commotion there in the creek bed. A few people were low on fuel. Might have to head down, see what it is. Next stage of our adventure may be upon us. I decided to shortcut from where I was to where they are. Oh, and now they're gone. But the terrain on closer inspection is a lot rougher than it looks at a distance. There goes Scott up the ridge. Now, I think there's still a few people left down here. I'll go and see what's happening. See if I can make it down. Holy moly. Not, whoa. Not one of my smarter moves. Not at all. Okay, it's a little bit smoother now. Here's a tip for new players: stick to the tracks. All good, Alex?
Yeah, it's a bit of miscommunication.
Sorry?
Oh, a bit of miscommunication.
Okay.
Everyone just started going.
That's all right.
Good.
This place is awesome, but it's hard work on big bikes. I'm on the smallest bike here and I'm really enjoying it, but still there's some sections that are hard, especially if you come down that hill. That's hard. Do not do that. But yeah, if you come to the Flinders and you're a confident rider, come to Warrawena, get up these hills, go and see Mt Gill.
Nearly. Fucking hell.
Oh, we got a man down there.
Once David stopped and helped Shane pick his bike up, he continued on and pushed to the front of the pack. That guy's a machine on that big 990. We were soon off the mountains and back down to the dry riverbeds. By this time, everyone was well used to riding on the rocky, loose riverbeds. We were on the final run home. We all knew where we were. Dave could smell the lamb shanks cooking, and he wasted no time on that mighty beast to hightail it through the plains, over the riverbeds, along the tracks, and back to the shearers' quarters. We had done it. We had conquered Mt Gill. We had taken the harder, unknown adventure route, had some difficulties, struggled in places, but all pulled through. Matt's concerns about fuel were realised when he ran out less than a kilometre from the shearer's hut. Due to his small deposit into my bank account, there is no footage of this incident. Maybe next time he'll pay the full amount and have no mention of it either. With all riders finally back in camp at the end of an amazing day, we were welcomed home with Will's gourmet lamb shanks for dinner. It was finally time for a few beers as we sat around the campfire and shared stories of our adventures conquering Mt Gill. Join us next episode as we push on further into the Outback. Follow us as we encounter lost riders and mechanical issues on our 400-kilometre journey to the next pub. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.